Hello. It's a beautiful day outside, isn't it? It's a bit cold, but I love the sunshine. Yesterday was a rather funny day for us. I had a good time, as you can see, at the hairdresser's. I couldn't wait to get my hair cut, and I was so thrilled to be able to go yesterday. And in the afternoon, Hugh and I went on our daily walk along the canal. And as we were coming home, we got to the little place in the hedge where there's a gap and a tarmacked path into our housing estate, when all of a sudden a young man on a bicycle came herring through and nearly knocked us both flying. He nearly knocked another cyclist into the canal at the same time. He'd got his head down, he wasn't looking where he was going, he wasn't noticing anything around him, just intent on getting to his destination. You know, I'm sure we've all been guilty, haven't we, of living life in the fast lane or trying to. I was guilty of that. Many years ago, I was a workaholic, and I have to guard that very carefully at the moment, which is why I take time each morning to sit with my cup of coffee with the Lord and try and get some rest. Because when I was younger, it got to such a pitch that one morning I couldn't open my eyes. And I had to open them with my fingers physically in order to get them to open. Once they were open, they worked quite well. My arms and legs began to ache and didn't want to move very well. So I ended up going to a neurologist down in London who declared that there was nothing neurologically the matter with me. I was just purely exhausted and I'd got chronic fatigue. And he told me to rest. I've been reading this book by Joyce Meyer, which is called How to Age Without Getting Old, because you've probably heard me say, Hugh and I don't do old. We don't do old. We try to renew our mind, keep our mind young, because the thought of aging does not thrill me. And in there, she talks about a similar time when she kept working and working and working, and all of a sudden life had to stop because she hadn't taken a rest. The Bible starts off in Genesis with saying that we have to rest. God, at the end of his creation, took a day of rest. Rest is important to us. Our bodies were made to rest. And if we don't rest, we don't see what's going on around us. If we're always travelling along at high speed, how can you appreciate the things around you? You know, when people took a rest in the Bible, God spoke to them. I'm just talking about the Old Testament characters and the number of them that God spoke to in a dream. God wants to speak to you and me, and he can only speak to us when we're listening, when our mind is not on 101 other things. And that's not easy, is it? Because in today's fast-paced life, you're multitasking. Well, God says don't multitask. Sit down, rest, let me renew you, let me restore you. Psalm 103 says that we will have our youth restored, that we will be crowned, redeemed, forgiven. But we need to rest and take time to be with God. Half an hour a day is perhaps all it needs. I'm sure he'd like longer with us each day. But if we don't rest, if we don't do what the Bible designed us to do, then our bodies will suffer for it. They'll begin to stop working as well as they should. There is no reason why you or I can't be like Abraham, starting work at the age of 80. I'm looking forward to getting there and carrying on for a few more years yet. So take care, but have a good rest. Bye-bye.